Hello and welcome to another episode of Flatbush Tarot. My name is Moondoggy87 and this is a general reading for Taurus 2021 October. So I'm just going to give these cards a little shuffle, get them all set for you guys. I hope you guys are having a great end of September. It looks like October is going to be really exciting for a lot of the signs out there. I've already done readings for Pisces and Sagittarius. Okay, so let's get started on your reading now, Taurus. So, the first card out of the deck, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now this is a beautiful card, okay? And it came out not in the reverse, so that's also good. So as you can see, we have here a wheel, okay? And along the wheel, we have a couple of dogs, okay? And they're going around on the wheel, and there's a little handle right here. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a snake that looks like it's in a cage or it's in between two columns, but in either way, it's within a structure. So as you can see, the wheel is stable, okay? So that's a really good card to start the reading off with. I really like that for you, Taurus. Okay, see, now we have the Three of Coins. So this card has come up for several other signs. I can't remember now if it was Sagittarius, it might have been Gemini, but we have the Three of Coins. So as you can see, we've got a lot of circles, a lot of circular energy going on here. Okay, and then you've also got the stars. You can see the star energy over here. So you might have an Aquarius. That's a sign of Aquarius. So you might have an Aquarius coming into your life. Okay, very good so far. Okay, so here we have the King of Cups. And when I looked at that, the first thing that came into my head was David Beckham. You can see the haircut. You can see it looks like he's got a lot of tattoos, which I think David Beckham does. And then he's got a cup. So, David Beckham, as far as I know, he is British. So, maybe he's drinking a pint of Guinness. Well, Guinness is Irish. So, but Ireland, England is, they're pretty close together. So I think he's drinking some Guinness. Okay. All right. And it looks like he's kind of looking over at these other cards, okay? So he's looking at the coins, he's looking at the Wheel of Fortune. He's really thinking about money and how that plays into, where he wants to take the next phase of his life, okay? All right, now we have the King of Wands in reverse, okay? So this guy to me kind of looks like John Goodman, but John Goodman, in a movie where he's in a costume, all right? Because obviously this isn't how John Goodman would typically look. When he was on Roseanne, he wouldn't wear, this sort of headdress. He was much more of a blue collar kind of dad, living in, I believe, in the Midwest. But it's interesting because you see these two at odds, these two energies are at odds. So you see that David Beckham is very contemplative. He's looking at the rest of the cards. He's really thinking as he's having his Guinness. And then you have John Goodman, and he's kind of just looking off to the side. He looks almost, I get kind of an aggressive energy from him. And I don't know if that has to do with, the trajectory of his career. I don't know if it's going well or not. He was really good on Roseanne. Didn't like him so much on King of Queens, but that's just me. Okay, now we have the Emperor. Okay, this is a really good card. And as you can see, we've got the Emperor and we've got the King of Cups looking in this direction. So they're looking west, okay? So I have a feeling, David Beckham moved to LA with Posh Spice, a while ago. And so I think what this is talking about is, maybe him thinking about, like, is the wheel going to come full circle? So it's maybe he's drinking and he's crying. You can see he's crying right here. So he misses his home. He misses living across the pond. Maybe he's thinking about Buckingham Palace, or maybe he's thinking about Piccadilly Circus, or, maybe he's thinking about Scottish shortbread, or tea or the queen or, any things that, double-decker buses. It's hard to know. These kind of look like chopsticks to me. So I don't know if that indicates that he, misses British Chinese food, because I imagine that Chinese food over there is quite different than the Chinese food that we have here in America. And the emperor, he kind of looks like Santa Claus to me. Okay, but it's interesting because he looks like Santa Claus. He also looks a lot like John Goodman, okay? So, I don't know if maybe this is that John Goodman is conflicted. He wishes that, he were back on Roseanne. He wishes that he hadn't starred in King of Queens. He wishes that he hadn't starred in Ladybugs. He's just really thinking a lot about the trajectory of his career. And, it's interesting because you have two successful men, and you kind of wonder how these energies play off each other, if they represent kind of the different ends of the spectrum. I feel bad for John Goodman. He seems like it's tough for him. He's not liking this. Okay, then we have the sun in reverse. Okay, and see again, this is, this came up again for, I believe it was for Gemini, okay? And the sun in reverse, that's alluding to secrets. It's alluding to, the sun, when it's upright, is about shining a light on the situation. It's about, I brought this up before, but it's about light energy, which, as I mentioned, the tanning salon I used to live across from, used up a lot of electricity, not only in its tanning beds, but it had a claw machine that, I don't think was necessarily environmentally friendly. I don't think that using a claw machine to, suck up energy to scam people out of their hard-earned money, I just don't think that's a good use of energy. And not to say that I would ever be so angry as to take matters into my own hands against the tanning salon. I never would, especially over a claw machine. And, anyone who would say that is just, a liar. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Coins, okay? And so this is good. We're introducing a female energy, but the interesting thing is it's in reverse. And so you can see that she is opposite David Beckham, okay? And so I'm kind of feeling like this has a posh spice energy, okay? She's got the diamond on the coin. She has her finances in order. And she really kind of looks like the counterpart to David Beckham here. But while he is looking back, maybe thinking of, England, where he's from, and the jolly things over there, she's not. She's actually looking towards him. So, this might be that he wants to go back to England, and that she is actually content with where she is, but also that she wants him to be happy. So, this could be, for you, Taurus, it could be that someone in your life is watching you, and they're wanting to, make sure that you have your life in order, you have your finances in order, you're doing well, because that's kind of what this Queen of Coins represents here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, and then we have the star. Okay, so I had mentioned the stars on this card, right? And that can represent an Aquarius. So now we have the star card here. Okay, so when you think about it, you have David Beckham is a star, you have John Goodman as a star, you have Santa Claus as a star, and you have Posh Spice as a star, okay? But the star cannot exist when the sun is out. So the sun being in the reverse, I think, again, it does represent the tanning salon and all of the bad energy, literally bad energy that was being wasted on that claw machine that was just completely a scam. But then you have the star card. This can represent that there's power, hidden power, power in the darkness that's going to break through. So this might be that John Goodman, he might have a trick up his sleeve, which literally can be represented by the staff that he's holding close to the chest, okay, in both of these. So it feels to me as though John Goodman is waiting, maybe John Goodman is waiting for David Beckham to go back to England, because maybe he feels like, there might be something going on here with these two. It's hard to say. Okay, let's do one more. Now we have the Six of Coins. Okay, so this is all coming together nicely. So with the Six of Coins energy, again, this is double the Three of Coins energy over here, and you see the stars repeated as well, okay? And then you see the hands, and it looks like they're exchanging some sort of envelope, some sort of money. So I get the feeling that John Goodman is going to pay off David Beckham, okay, to go back to England, or he's going to pay off Posh to convince David Beckham to go back to England, because I think John Goodman has had it, and I think that he's ready to be the star again. You know, he's ready to be the star. He's ready to double his stars and double his coins. And that's the Wheel of Fortune coming through there. And I feel like with the Santa Claus, it might be that that's not going to happen until December, you know, maybe the holiday season. You know, I know that in England, they celebrate Christmas quite a bit, pretty big time there. So, you know, maybe he's saying, you know, go hang out with, you know, British Christmas people and leave America to John Goodman and to, you know, some of the stars over here, because we do have Los Angeles. We have literally the land of stars. We don't necessarily need David Beckham or Posh Spice. I would argue that the Posh Spice should stay, but we wouldn't want to split up a happy family. So she can go too. Maybe she can come back and visit. But I really think that David Beckham would be happier across the pond, and I think that John Goodman would be happier if he were there too, and I think Posh would be happy that her husband is happy back in England. So that's all I have for you today, Taurus. Thank you for listening. If you want to check out the extended, again, as I've said this a few times, in the comments, people were wondering where the link to the extended was. That is actually within the PDF. There's a hyperlink. There's a link in the bio that leads to my hummus reviews that are ongoing. I add to those every month. And within that PDF of the hummus review is a hyperlink to the extended reading. So, people just, I don't know if it's difficult for people if they don't listen to the whole video, if they don't read the instructions, but it's really very clear. So just go to the link, open the PDF. If you have to hit print, to PDF, then you open that, you scroll down, like I think it's on the bottom of the 11th page, okay? There are 47 pages. It's on the bottom of the 11th page. So just click on that hyperlink to go see the extended. Thank you so much, Taurus. I love my Taurus gang, and I hope you have a great holiday season, and hopefully we'll be seeing John Goodman, catching a second wind this holiday season. So have a good one.